Hello everyone, my name is Kenneth Kormendy. Most of my friends call me Kenny, and I have cancer. Specifically, I have esophageal cancer. Tumors just above the stomach in the esophagus, and I was diagnosed on December 6th, 2016. This is currently May 18th. So it's been a while. In late October, early November of 2016, I was having trouble swallowing. I was having to force food into my stomach by swallowing liquids. And I wasn't real worried about it because both my younger brother and my father had both had a similar problem, and after they had an endoscopy they were able to fix the problem, and I figured it would be the same for me. I had an appointment in late November, somewhere right after Thanksgiving, and my roommate could not accompany me and spend the whole day, so I had to cancel that, reschedule for December 6th, and my daughters accompanied me, and I really wasn't happy that they were there when I come out of I was in the recovery room, and the doctor came in with my daughters there and said, "You have cancer." And it's like, oh my God, that's the last thing I wanted my daughters to hear. But they were brave. It was tough though. The following day I had a scan. The scan revealed an enlarged adrenal gland and many lymph nodes that were also infected with cancer. And basically, when you look up esophageal cancer, it says the chance of recovery improves when the doctor detects the cancer at an early stage. 5-year survival can exceed 50% for stage 1 esophageal cancer. Drops to 20% in stage 2, 10 to 15% in stage 3, and is still essentially 0 for stage 4. Once cancer invades the muscle layer of the esophagus, most people already have developed widespread cancer. It says, for these people, cancers invariably come back following surgical removal. Few people survive long term. I'm going to put this article up real quick so you can read it yourself, and then we'll continue. After that, I had another scan. The second scan did not go as well because the tumor had grown large enough. They were going to do a endoscopy with an ultrasound, and they could not get it past the tumor. And they basically said you got a 10 to 20% chance of survival. And I was losing weight rapidly. They did surgery for me on December 30th. So I went through Thanksgiving without being able to eat Thanksgiving dinner, and I went through Christmas without eating Christmas dinner. Yeah, that wasn't very fun. And New Year's Eve, I had just gotten home from the hospital the day before after surgery. They put a feeding tube in down here. By the way, this is my chemotherapy pump. I must wear this for 46 hours once every 2 weeks. I'm going for chemotherapy, and once they do all the initial infusions, then they hook up the chemo pump and I wear it for 46 hours. And then 46 hours later I go in and get it disconnected, and then I'm free for another 12 days. At least I feel like it, because you got to wear this all the time. You cannot take it off. You cannot disconnect it. But anyway, I went in for surgery for the feeding tube and to install what's called a barred port where this gets plugged into. You'll see that later. Right now I'm going to put up a picture of what esophageal cancer looks like. You're going to see in the picture where it shows the tumor, my tumor is a little bit lower right at the top of the stomach in the esophagus, so it has also affected the opening to the stomach. So I'll put that up. Okay, now I am going to put up a picture of what my feeding tube looked like just after surgery. Okay, now here is a picture of the feeding tube itself. It's got a round disc to keep it from going into the to my abdomen farther, and it's got a balloon that blows up on the inside to keep it from pulling out. So I'll show you that. And also show you a picture of the pump and the stand that it goes on and the bags that I have to use. And then I'll put up some pictures of the food supplement that I was living on. Okay, after the surgery, it was pretty hard moving around, but I started getting better and a little stronger, but I was living off of the liquid food supplement. I was attached to that food pump 12 to 15 hours a day, and it's only once you disconnect from that where I can even go upstairs to check my mail and stuff like that. I could disconnect from it for a couple of minutes. That wasn't a problem. It's not like this where once it starts it has to stay. I started at least holding my own with the food supplement and the food pump, but my chemotherapy treatment started January 11th, and my first chemo treatment, they also had me on, they had two specific drugs that I would get before the main chemo. One was Herceptin, because my cancer has what's called HER2 protein, and Herceptin targets that HER2 protein. That's good because it targets the cancer cells without damaging other cells, supposedly, and you can continue to take the Herceptin for up to a year after you're done with chemotherapy. The downside is cancer cells that have this HER2 protein are more aggressive than normal cancer cells. So it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. And the other one was, they called it oxaliplatin. That's a very nasty cancer drug. The biggest problem with oxaliplatin is you become hypersensitive to cold, and I did not feel it after the first chemo treatment. After the second chemo treatment, it hit me like a cold north wind just walking out of the building. I mean, my left hand started to burn, felt like my fingernails were on fire, could not drink anything cold. I had to put on a glove to take something out of the refrigerator. I was that affected by it. When I went in for my third chemo treatment, I saw the oncologist and we discussed the effects of it and how it was hitting me. And I just asked him, what are my chances of survival with and without it? And he said, well, either way, that I only had a 10 to 20% chance of living. And I said, well, if the oxaliplatin isn't going to extend my life by that much, it's ruining my quality of life. Can we get rid of that and at least get some kind of quality of life back? And he agreed that that was a good idea. And so that third chemo treatment, I did not get the oxaliplatin, but I did continue to get the Herceptin. And pretty soon after that, without the oxaliplatin, I started eating again. I could get food down. I had lost 40 pounds. I'd gone from like 255, 256 down to 216 just because I couldn't eat, and that was even on the feeding tube. And then I put on 20 pounds just by eating food by mouth. I didn't need the food pump anymore. They did another PET scan, and they were very encouraged. They said that the adrenal gland was really just a swollen gland. There was no cancer there, and the cancer in a lot of the lymph nodes had died. The treatments had killed it. The tumor was still there, and there was still some effective lymph nodes near the tumor. But so we continued on with the chemo treatments, and after going a couple of months without ever using the feeding tube, they finally took the feeding tube out. And that left me looking like an alien with 2 belly buttons. Here, I'll show you a quick picture of what it looked like after the feeding tube was removed. And this one I was born with. This one I was not. But we got all that done, and I'm still eating. I was getting kind of cocky, thinking, I really had this thing beat, and I stopped at a holiday station to get a couple things, and they had their special 2 dogs for $2 or something like that. And so I got a couple of hot dogs, put the ketchup on it, and went out in the car and took a couple of bites, chewed it up, swallowed, and put the car in gear and took off, and took another bite out of another hot dog and chewed it up, swallowed, and it just sat there. It wouldn't go anywhere. And I had nothing in the car to drink. So that let me know that I still have cancer. So I decided that I really need to share this story. My last chemo treatment, which, this right here is chemo treatment number 10. And my oldest daughter drove, and we decided to record the whole thing, and I'm going to record everything right up until the end, till they say I'm either cancer free or until the cancer's run its course. Either way, I feel like we're going to film this up to remission. That's what I feel inside. But we don't know. I don't know why I still have all my hair. I haven't lost any hair. A lot of people do when they're doing chemotherapy. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to start out with just part of the drive-in, going in, checking in, and then going through the port draw where they plug into this barred port and they draw the blood and do all that, and then into the doctor's office. Everything we go through there, and speak with the oncologist, and then into the infusion room. You'll see what we go through in the infusion room, and you'll basically see what it's like in the day in the life of a person with cancer that's going through chemotherapy. And we'll just keep on documenting this all the way through. So The drive-in was kind of noisy, and the parking ramp was especially noisy, and you couldn't hardly hear a thing we were saying. So I just muted that all out, and I put in a song that my daughter, who was driving, it's from a CD that she made, and she's singing it, and I hope you enjoy it. And once the music stops, we're in an area in between the parking ramp and the elevator, and you'll still be able to hear all the construction noise from that parking ramp. And so I hope you enjoy watching, and here we go.
Some other town, some other place, some other eyes, some other face, some other tribe, some other race lives in some other town. They shoot their drugs, they shoot their friends, and who's to blame? It all depends. There is a tear nobody mends down in some other town. In some other town, somebody's boy is learning a dangerous trade. In some other town, somebody's girl is joining the red light parade. We contemplate the business day. We throw the Sunday times away. Cleaning ladies take their pay back to some other town. They take their check, they stand in line, pay every week, lose every time. We called it fair, could be crime, but that's some other town. In some other town, somebody's boy has mastered his dangerous trade. In some other town, somebody's girl is leading the red light parade. La da da da, 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 la da da da. My heart is left, my head is right, my uniform suburban white, and I'll be driving home tonight back to some other town. Around some other town, right by some other town.
ladies. Sorry, you're on candid camera. We're not supposed to be in the basement, are we? Yes?
No, well, we picked B by mistake.
Yeah,
We want to be here?
yeah.
Okay, okay,
No.
sorry. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
910 Medical Place, walking through man.
I thought we had to get out on 1. Oh, we're going down this way. Got it.
This is quicker than going down the basement.
You're right.
Oh, made it by a couple minutes. Kenneth Kormendy at 8:45. Thank you.
James Comey comes to life. Douglas Origins now detailed. You recording? Oh, and it's humid and my hair is all frizzy.
You look beautiful.
Okay. It's humid out. What's your birthday?
3/19/51.
I know Dr. Larson's looking for you too, so. Sarah goes, if you do his stuff in 5 minutes, I'm like, okay. Is this your last one?
I think I'm tentatively scheduled for May 31st, but
Okay.
we got a PET or a CT scan coming up next week. And that'll determine future course of action.
Okay. Let's hope your port works. I'm gonna be on this
Well, it
side.
hasn't let us down yet. Been stubborn a couple of times.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
I don't get to watch this part. I don't like this part. Did your stuff work? You think?
Coming a little closer.
Ick.
Smells good, huh?
No, I just don't. I don't like needles. No, I'm not gonna fall down. I just don't like them.
Okay.
Well, that's why we put that stuff on an hour ahead, so it, even when I forget it, I don't feel it that much.
Not too bad.
She is a good girl.
1, 2, 3.
I see red. It's working.
Not quite. It's working, but not.
Gotta flush it out a little bit.
Starts and stops. Take some deep breaths.
Back up.
I can hear.
Okay. I'm gonna have to lay him down. So
Okay.
I don't know if you want
Over
to.
here.
I'll do the chair. Don't.
Okay.
I have to hit the levers, otherwise you'll break it. I had someone do that once, and the springs went flying in here. It was quite.
Today the port's being stubborn.
There it goes. I think.
Dad, you look much thinner when you're laying down.
Oh, and I lost all the weight. They kept drumming in my head, you know, eat all the calories you can. And now 30 pounds later, I'm wishing I hadn't so much.
At least you're able to put some weight on.
Hmm?
At least you're able to put some weight on.
31 pounds.
I know. Your body's got extra food to live on.
Okay, I have to sit back up. All right, you're done with me.
Thank you.
Thank you, my dear.
Don't forget your tea.
Oh, yeah.
Is that tea? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to the lobby again.
Very good. 319.51.
Yep, we'll stop here by the scale and check your weight.
I won't zoom in on this part, Dad.
It keeps going up.
Okay, thank you. We'll be right in this room today. Any pain right now?
Nope.
Check your pulse.
You should probably ask each one of these people if it's okay that I'm putting them on your wonderful little camera, Dad.
Okay, thank
You're
you.
supposed to focus on me.
It's a disclaimer.
Yeah. Yeah, we asked last time I was in, they said it's okay to bring a camera in and document our little trip through
Okay.
chemotherapy.
Changes on your medications since the last time you were here?
I did bump my Victoza from 0.6 milligrams a day to 0.72.
0.72.
What's Victoza?
The
Yeah.
injection, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
$166/88.
She got my lower number up.
Any pain right now?
Nope.
All right, the nurse Sarah should be here first, and then Dr. Larson. So I will let them know you guys are here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Why am I on camera?
We're documenting a day for chemotherapy.
Oh, how you feeling?
Good.
Any worries?
Knuckles keep locking on my right hand. It's
Kind
getting
of
worse
cramping,
now.
or?
No, I broke my arm right here a year and a half ago, right by the wrist. And it swelled up so much that when they took the cast off, I could only close my hand like that.
Never got
And
any better, huh?
You know, like, you see how I can touch my fingertips to my palm of my hand. That's
Cannot-
as close as I can get. And my knuckles
That was after
keep-
surgery, you say, huh?
They never did surgery.
Okay, so you're due for cycle 10 today.
Mm-hmm.
You're feeling well overall. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
Still smoking?
Yeah.
Any chest tightness?
Nope.
Pressure or pain?
Nope.
Okay. Any fevers?
Nope.
How about pain anywhere?
No.
Not this, but none. Any nausea or vomiting?
Yeah. Well, I did do a stupid thing. I stopped at a holiday station to get a couple things, and they had the 2 hot dogs on special, so I
A holiday
grabbed a
hot
couple.
dog.
Well,
You
they're
had a
actually not
couple.
bad.
Well, no, I love a hot dog almost anywhere you get
The
it.
only problem is I forgot I didn't have any fluids in the car to wash them down. I took a couple bites, put the car in gear, took off, took a third bite, and
Make you sick?
no, I just sat there.
Oh,
It
like
wouldn't go.
acid.
He couldn't swallow it.
It just stopped right about there, and by the time I got home, I had all the saliva and phlegm built up above it, so I had to lean over the fence and. You know,
So you lost your hot dogs.
No, the hot dog
Foot
stayed
stayed
put.
in.
It was stuck. Just everything, the fluid above it, and then once I upchucked that, then it was
But no nausea related vomiting.
No.
Any mouth sores or pain?
nope.
Any progressive shortness of breath, or is it about the same?
No, it's just my endurance is a little bit
Yeah.
low. I did a lot of physical activity this last couple of weeks. I cut down an apple tree and
Oh my.
broke up all the branches from our old kindling thing and made a fire pit and burned them. And
That's pretty active.
I had to keep sitting down and taking breaks because I'd get winded, but
Yeah. Any change in your cough?
no. Actually, it's a little less. Not as much.
That's good. And then constipation? Still have
No,
trouble?
It gets close to it, but doesn't happen.
Diarrhea?
Gets close, but doesn't really happen. It kind of swings both ways, but
Swings
not,
both ways, and it's mostly controlled with meds?
Not using any medications.
Not using meds. Okay, fatigue. Mild, moderate, or severe?
Mild.
Okay. And you've got that baseline neuropathy on your left foot
Yeah.
and constant on the fingertips. Is
Yep.
it any different, worse, same, or better?
I think just slightly more every couple of weeks. It seems to be just a little bit more. But
Okay.
it looks like the fingertips are getting kind of glassy looking, and there's just
Is your appetite good?
yeah.
Anything we haven't discussed that you're worried about? So far, you look good. No red flags. Let's see if I have your counts back. I can tell you. Your CBC looks perfect. No red. All within normal values. So you're good to go today. Do you feel like having another round?
Well, I guess, if it's needed.
Okay, and then we're planning scans at the end of the month before your next cycle. Do you already have that appointment? Because I don't see that it is there.
They tentatively had it set for for this coming Tuesday, and
Yeah.
then I was supposed to see Dr. Larson on Wednesday.
No, it's at the end of the month that you're due, not today. Not this week. Courtney, she will see you when you're in the back getting treatment today. You have all of those appointments, but I do not see that you have the CT appointment scheduled, and I think it's because Natalie was asking some specific questions of Dr. Larson regarding the orders. So we should give you that appointment. Know that you should have that CT scan appointment before you leave today. You already have your next cycle scheduled. We just need to insert that CT scan a day or two before. And make sure Courtney does that in the back when you're getting treated.
And the May 30th is out, at least in the morning, because I've got...
Well, she'll do whatever you want. Do you need refills of meds on anything that you're running out of that I can help you with?
No.
Okay.
Most of my meds right now are just diabetes related.
Do you take the Zofran or the Prochlorperazine? Those are what we gave you for those.
I
Haven't even taken them, needed them? Good. All right, hop up on the table and he shall be right in.
okay.
You're easy today. You're doing a good job. Do you know that? Do you feel like it?
I guess so.
Because it's kind of hard work, but you make it look easy.
I don't feel like a man on his deathbed or anything.
That's what we shoot for. All right, he'll be right in.
There's the cough.
Feeling pretty good? Yeah, okay, good. Good to see you.
Smile, Doc, you're on candid camera.
I have a bit of a droop, but
You're looking a little better.
thanks. Yeah. Oh. Hello, everyone. Well, let's see. Blood counts are okay. Yeah, so just wondering what we're going to do for our next set of pictures. Before the next visit, it looks like. Yep. So it'll be this treatment, and then you're back at the end of May. I will be in Chicago at a conference, so we'll have to figure that out a little finessing of the schedule. But point being is that you'll be due for therapy in just a day or no more than 2 before your treatment. When you come here, we'll have that scans done, so I can hopefully tell you that things are going still on the right path. Yeah.
I just can't do anything the morning of the 30th because I gotta
Oh, sure.
get my limo inspected, and they're scheduling 2.5 months out, and so
Oh, yeah.
I'm locked in.
We can work around all that.
Yeah.
In fact, whenever you have vacation and you want all family reunion up at the cabin or whatever, we'll push things back, move it around. We're very, we want to help you do the things that, that you enjoy. So, okay. No sores in the mouth or anything like that?
Nope. Light's still on.
Oh, thank you. I'll warm up my battery. Get pulls down here. See, actually, it's easier, I guess, to go the other way. Yep. There we go. Big breath in and out. So far, your lungs sound clear. The amount of air you move in with each breath is a little bit less than, not for you, different, but say compared to anyone else. The amount of air you push in and out with each breath is a little bit less. That's okay. Not a problem. I did that. And the tummy's been doing okay? No problems with pain there?
Nope.
All that nasty neuropathy's taken flight and left your body, I hope?
Well, the fingertips are still pretty
You can still feel them.
and that problem with the left side of my left leg and the left side of the left foot, just, it's like teensy progression, getting slightly worse.
Something worse. Sounds like something like the nerve being pitched on that side.
Yeah, that's to do with, it was October 26, 2015. I missed the last step of the ladder and fell and broke my right arm, and that numbness hit me right away when I was
Gotcha.
on the garage floor.
Yeah. So it was kind of a previous injury, and now we've added insult to it, probably with the
Yeah.
treatment. Okay.
But that went through all sorts of physical therapy for it, and it just progressively got worse through the physical therapy. So
One more big breath. Other side. And last one. Okie dokie. Not played with a little bit, so you got your compression stockings on.
yep,
Love it.
it was getting a little worse. So I decided it was time to start using them.
Yeah, it's kind of nice because you can mechanically push it out and you don't have to take a pill, so you don't have the side effects.
Yeah, I wear them for a couple of days to get right.
Here you go. There you go. So we'll plow ahead today, and the schedulers will meet with you and figure out, how to make that work for you on the scheduling around whatever. It's fine and dandy. It's all good. If you need to push it back a week or to the following week early on, whatever, we can do it. So I'll let you figure it out with them. Anything else I can do for you today?
Nope, I'm doing good.
All right. Well, enjoy. Was the lemons, you said? The lemons? The thing that you have that's coming up?
Limo.
Oh, a limousine.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
The Lincoln Town Car.
I was thinking for a second, oh, you
Got to get it inspected once a year. And I need that just to be able to, dispatch. Even if I don't do my own runs, I still need the limo license to dispatch other cars on the runs.
Yeah, I get it.
And like I say, it expires on the 31st. My inspection's on the 30th, so I can't miss it.
Right. It would bring the grinding halt to your whole enterprise.
Yep.
It's kind of like New York City where they have a silver medallion. It's like costs you $125,000, and once you get it, then you have a right to a taxi or something like that. Not so onerous here in Minnesota, but probably.
Well, the city of Minneapolis has pretty much has the same thing. It's doesn't cost as much as New York City or Chicago,
But it still costs something
yeah.
to get into the game, and then you have to make sure you make those appointments every year or something, right?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Good to see you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Sure.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Oh, good. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the last treatment?
I think it continues after my next scan. We're still trying to figure that out.
Okay, I see. It's pretty wide open, so,
I think I'll just hit the back corner.
whatever is your favorite, over there, okay. Oh, did you have a fork?
Yep.
And, okay. We can change the channel for you. Or are you looking at the other corner?
Not a big deal.
Okay. And when I come to do, if you get through your texting okay, I'll have to put that down. That's where it's the IV Okay.
Did you need anything else or?
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's get you started and be done and.
all right. Want to change the channel?
I'm not.
No, you'll go to sleep anyway. You don't need a blanket, do you?
No.
All right. Nurse will be with you shortly. I think so.
At least we got a seat with a view.
Kind of.
See, I can bird watch them. Birds sitting on top of the building up there on the corner. There he is.
And we wait.
Do you go by Ken?
Kenny, most people just call me Kenny.
Kenny. Hey, Kenny. My name's Missy. How are you today?
Pretty good.
Awesome. You saw the doc today.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Okay.
How have you been feeling?
Good.
Is it supposed to rain more today, or are we done with that for?
Kind of sounds like the Twins are not going to be playing tonight.
Uh-oh, really? Rain delay, huh?
Well, from the forecast I saw at 10 o'clock last night, their projected animated radar, they didn't think it didn't really show any time in there for the Twins to get a game in, so they'll probably end up playing a split doubleheader tomorrow.
Oh, wow. All right, let's get that pigtail. Big dressing on this.
Hi there, I'm Jim. We're taking care of you today.
Hi.
We're documenting
The journey?
the rest of my journey.
All right.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. I should have done it when I did the surgery and put into the feeding tube and, everything I went through with the feeding tube and getting that out.
Sometimes good ideas don't come till later.
Now all I can show them is I look like a guy, alien with 2 belly buttons.
Oh. That's one way of putting it, I suppose.
And I think you would still have to see positions.
That's about what it looks like.
So, if Dr. Kenneth okay with this check.
You caught me on a good wild hair day. I woke up late and my cat woke me up. Apparently my alarm didn't go off. And
Cats are good for something, I guess.
yeah.
It's the humidity too.
And I woke up, I'm like, why is he waking me up for my alarm? And then I glanced at the clock, it was 7:10. And I'm like usually in my car by then, the covers went flying.
Yeah,
Crazy start today. All right, Kenny, can you just verify your last name, date of birth quick?
Kormendy, 3/19/51.
I'm a March baby too.
You are?
March 29th.
So you're Aries then?
Yes.
I'm Pisces.
Oh, so we're on the other, each on the other side of the fence.
He gets out of a room.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
This is Hallie. You're gonna meet everybody in one day.
So you mentioned the twins. Do you follow the twins pretty regularly?
Yeah, it's, when I got time, it's, if I think it's gonna be an interesting game. Like when, what's his name, the guy that got sent down on days where he was pitching, I didn't even bother. Kyle Gibson, that's.
Oh, I remember hearing that name.
Yeah, I've just never had a good feeling, any confidence in that guy since day one. It's, I don't know what it is about him. It just looks like when he takes the mound, he has a defeated look on his face before he ever throws pitch number one. How can you win with an attitude like that?
Yeah, good attitude helps.
He just looked defeated before he ever threw pitch one, and
Well, we're grateful that you're here today.
Yeah, thanks. I am too.
Hopefully they can get their act together and win more games than they seem to have been doing lately.
I was surprised he took the pitcher out when he did last night because Phil Hughes, he was having a little bit of a rough time, but I don't think as bad as some of the, like the pitcher that he put in, an unproven pitcher, and a few pitches later, the Twins were down 3 runs more.
Right.
And I don't think Hughes would have had that difficult a time. I think the outcome would have been a little bit better had he not changed pitchers at that time.
Yeah, maybe. All right, Kenny, do you need a blanket? Can I bring you?
I'm all good.
You're all good. All right, so I got your dexamethasone started here. And I got your chemo.
Well, what is that stuff?
It is a steroid, and it can help with nausea, but it also helps the chemo work better in your body. Is the easiest way to say.
Keto. It's kind of interesting to know what.
It happens occasionally though.
Yeah, so that medicine I gave you in an IV push, that's your anti-nausea medicine, and that stays in your system for 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, that's the Zofran.
Aloxi. Yeah. Zofran's maybe one you have at home,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Because we generally don't get that IV here. I don't want to say never, because we have, but generally it's not one we use.
I think that's when I first started the chemo, it was Zofran that they
maybe.
were giving me, because they told me not to take the Zofran for 3 days after.
Oh, that would be because the Aloxi that I gave you binds to the same receptors as the Zofran. And so that's, you can take it, it's not going to hurt you, but it's not going to, probably isn't going to help you either. Because it has nothing to bind to, it's just going to float around in your body till it gets excreted. So yeah, that's why if you have something else at home, take that first in the next couple of days. Right.
I'm taking an anti-nausea pill in, 3 months maybe?
Well, that's a good thing. That means what we give you here is doing the job. So, all right, I have another beep I'm going to take care of. Do you need anything in the
Nope,
meantime?
I'm good. Good to go.
All right, I'll check back in a little bit.
It'll be a Wednesday again, yeah?
And now we begin. And just about 10 to 10.
Okay. So you're gonna come next Wednesday and see Dr. Larson, right? That's what we planned, because he's gonna be off the following week, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna see him at 9:30. Do you want to squeeze in the CT scan then early that morning, or do you want to do it like the day before?
It'd probably be better to do it the day before.
Okay, so you're gonna see him Wednesday the 24th, looking at Tuesday the 23rd then for your scan. What time around do you want to do that? You'll have to start drinking an oral contrast either at home or over there. So you would start it at home 2 hours before, or you can check into the hospital and start it there.
Okay, so I would have to have it all consumed 2 hours in advance?
Right, so if you were doing like a 10 o'clock scan, you would start drinking it at 8 o'clock in the morning at home.
Start drinking at 8.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you drink half of the bottle an hour before, the other half an hour before. So it goes in like hour and a half increments. Or sorry, 2 hours before you drink half, an hour before you drink the other half an hour before you drink half of the second one, and then bring the rest with to your appointment. I have a little sheet that I'll give you for that.
Okay, so I guess a 10 o'clock scan would be
10.
fine.
You're okay starting at home at like 8? You'll start drinking at home? Okay. You're also, he wants to do an echocardiogram. Do you want to do that the same day?
We just did that
Did you?
about a month ago.
Yep.
Yeah, it's supposed to be once every 3 months, isn't it?
He put prior to next visit, so I'll check on that. But
Yeah,
I'll get the scan scheduled. He also said something about you have something going on the week of that memorial.
Just on the 30th.
Okay, because I think we planned your treatment only for the 31st, so that's still okay?
Yeah.
And if plans change or treatment plans change, we'll change it, but I'll leave it there for now then if the 31st works. Okay, I'll be back.
Okay.
A reaction. If you start itching all over. So instead of doing that first, you can push it all in one day. It'll probably happen fairly fit. And then it's gonna happen.
Yeah, that happened to us too, and there was same thing. They were like,
First bake down.
something was weird. Walking out of your back door with stuff. I thought maybe it was your son.
But that's okay. Rather that than, you know.
Thought it was your son.
But I have patients in the area, so
Yeah, that's.
I will be checking back on you periodically. Hey Kenny,
You doing?
I am a-okay. Go see if your stuff's ready. Throw this away. Can I bring you anything when I come back?
Nope, I'm doing good.
I'm just gonna take this out of the pump for now.
And then this. Oh, not terrible. So yeah, you're still tired.
Friday this week, and then it will be Wednesdays moving forward. So we'll kind of, I'll schedule it for Friday when there's going to be a time, but then I'll okay, I'll be back.
Is that what they think it was?
Well, I think that baby was turned 6.
All right, I'm gonna go see if your medicine's ready, and I'll be back.
Yep.
I don't know how it will work.